Naming conventions refers to the rules in setting Java class names, method names, variable names, and even class field names, constant names, and others. This is part of programming conventions. It allows to improve the readability of source codes. So as good programmers, our job is not just to come up with an efficient program, but also that we write our program in such a way that we write our program or the codes in such a way that they will be easy to read. So easy to read, easily understood, and it is easy to maintain, and better reusability. That is one of the reasons why we put comments while we are coding or while we are writing or developing the program. We are encouraged to put some comments or descriptions about the code or parts of the code so that in the future, when we look at the program again, we could easily understand them because we have put some comments or descriptions. Now, the purpose of the naming convention is so that all programmers all over the world will follow the standard naming convention so that they could easily understand the code, they could easily read, maintain, and reuse the code. The naming convention or the naming rules for writing a Java class name is that if the class name consists of two or more words, like for example, hello Java world, if this is a class name, how should you write this according to the standard naming convention for writing Java class names? The rule is to write the first letter of every word in uppercase. All the rest of the letters are in lowercase. So in this case, this name has three words, hello, Java, and world. H must be written in uppercase. So the standard naming convention for that, or the proper Java class name for this, is hello, and then uppercase J for Java, and uppercase W for world. This will be the proper Java class name. And for method name or variable names, so the standard naming convention for method name or variable name, and even for class field name, which is similar to a variable name, the standard naming convention or rule is that we use the lowercase letters, and say for example, instead of print, it should be print small p. But if the name has, again, consisting of two or more words like hello Java world, if this name is a method name or a variable name or a field name, then that should be written as hello Java world. So this is the method name or variable name or field name. Again, if it consists of two or more words, then starting from the second word up to the last word, each word's first letter is in uppercase. All the rest are small letters or lowercase. If it is a constant, then all the letters must be in uppercase. Like for example, pi, which is used as constant for computing the area of a circle or the circumference of the circle, it is written in all uppercase letters. So if this name is to be used as a constant name, then it should be written this way: hello Java world. And then some common rules is that when two or more words are combined in a name, like what I have mentioned a while ago, only the first letter of each word becomes uppercase. Okay, only the first letter of the word is in uppercase. So if this name, my red car, is used as a class name, then it should be written like this, where each first letter of every word is in uppercase. If it is a method name, or if it is a variable name, if it is a field name, then it will be written this way. If it is a constant, then it will be written as my red car. All letters in uppercase. The assignment operator is this one. Like for example, if you have the assignment statement to set the value of variable c to the value of 1. So you would say c gets 1. Okay, that is read as gets the value of. Or we could say like area gets the value of 3.14 times rad times rad semicolon. So again, this is the assignment operator. The unary operator, which is this one and this, are called as increment and decrement respectively. So to increment means to increase the value of the variable by 1 or to add 1 to the variable. So if you say plus plus a or a plus plus, these two expressions are equivalent to saying a gets a plus 1. You add 1 to the value of a and then set that as the new value of a. So if a is originally 2 and then you say a plus plus, the value of a becomes 3. Or if you say plus plus a, the value of a becomes 3 when it is previously equal to 2. So this increment statement here and this have the same effect, and that is increasing the value of variable a by 1. But later on, we will discuss the difference between plus plus a, which is pre-increment, and a plus plus is post-increment. Okay, we will learn the difference of these two expressions later. Now, some books would call this, instead of pre-increment, some books would call this prefix increment. And for the post-increment, some books would call this postfix increment. The decrement, which is this, will decrease or subtract by 1 the value of the variable. So if you say minus minus c, or you say c minus minus, the effect of that is similar to saying c gets c minus 1. So if c is initially 2, and then you say minus minus c, when this is executed, c will become 1. Or if c is equal to 2 and you decrement it using the post decrement, then c will become 1. Okay, so this one, the post decrement and the pre decrement. Okay, so again, we call this post decrement and this is pre decrement, or this is also called postfix decrement and this is called prefix decrement. Now, to illustrate the difference between the prefix and the postfix, or the pre-increment and post-increment, or the pre-decrement or post-decrement, we have here two examples. Say, for example, if n is equal to 0 and a is equal to 5. In this statement here, we have two operators. The first operator, when you scan it from left to right, is the assignment operator. While the second operator we encounter is called the pre-increment or the prefix increment. Now, since this statement here has two operators, which of the two are you going to execute first? Is it the assignment operator first and then followed by the pre-increment, or is it the pre-increment first and followed by the assignment operator? The answer is that since the increment is pre-increment, it will be executed first. So prefix increment or prefix decrement, or the pre-increment or the pre-decrement will be executed first in the statement or in the expression. So if there are two or more operators in an expression or in a statement, then it is the pre-increment or the pre-decrement that you are going to execute first. In this case, we execute increment first. So A becomes from 5, A becomes 6. And so the right side of the assignment statement is 6. And after this is executed, we execute or we perform the assignment operator. And therefore, this value here on the right side of the assignment operator will be assigned to n. That makes n also equal to 6. So the answer to the question here, what is the value of n? N is equal to 6. And what is the value of A? A is equal to 6. On the second example, we use the post increment or the postfix increment. So if it is post increment or post decrement, when it is post, that operator is performed last. Okay, so it is performed last when it is post. If it is pre-increment or decrement, it is performed first. When it is post-increment or post-decrement, it is performed last. So the increment is performed last, and therefore the assignment operator is performed first. The current value of the right side is still 5, right? A is still equal to 5 because you have not performed yet the increment. And so when the assignment operator is performed, then what is assigned to n is the value 5. So the n value here is 5. And after that is performed, then we perform the increment. A now becomes 6. After this is executed, this statement, n becomes 5 and A is equal to 6. Okay, so compare the result in the first example here and in the second example. N here is 6, while N here is 5, while A here is 6 and A here is 6. So whether it is pre-increment or post-increment, the value of A is increased by 1. From 5, it becomes 6. So A here is 6 and A here is 6. Same effect for both pre-increment and post-increment. But to the value of n here is 6 because we performed the increment first. While in here, n is 5 because we performed the increment last. What is given or assigned to n as value is the original or the previous value of A, which is 5. That's why n here is 5. While in here, what is given to n or assigned to n is the new value of A because we increment A first before we give that new value to n. Another unary operator we have here is the unary minus or the negation operator. So say for example, if we have A is equal to 6, when we say A gets negative A, we call this the sign operator or the negation operator. So if A is positive 6, A becomes negative 6. Or if A is negative 6 and then we put this sign operator here or the negation operator, then your A becomes positive 6 or simply A becomes 6 from negative 6 to positive 6. Another unary operator we have here is the bitwise complement, the bit inversion. So say for example, if this is a binary, B is a binary variable or B has a binary value, which is this 1010, this is base 2, the equivalent of this 1010 base 2 in decimal is, this bit position is integer value 1, this is 2, this is 4, and this is 8. And so this is, you multiply the integer value with the bit in the bit position, and then you get the sum of the products. This would be 8 times 1 is 8, plus this is 0, plus this is 2, plus this is 0, So that is equivalent to 10. 10 base 10. Or this is decimal value 10, which is equivalent to 1010 base 2. This is binary value. We call this also ones complement. Getting the ones complement of a value is similar to putting that bitwise complement or bit inversion operator before the operand. So this will become 0101. Okay, it gets the inverse of the bit value. So again, if B, for example, is 1010, this is base 2. If you get the ones complement of B, you do it by putting that bitwise complement or bit inversion unary operator before the operand or the value. Then this will become 0101. Okay, so we call this the ones complement of B, given B is equal to that. To get the 2's complement is to simply add 1 to the 1's complement. So the 2's complement is simply equal to 1's complement plus 1. So this is 1's complement plus 1 to that. The result is 1 plus 1 is 0, carry 1. And 1 plus 0 is 1. And this is bring down 1, bring down 0. So this is the 2's complement of B. What is the decimal value of the 1's complement of B, which is 0101? It is equal to what? This is bit position value 1, 2, 4, 8. So this is 4 plus 1. That's 5, right? If you add 1 to it, if you add 1 to this, the result is 0110. And this is equivalent to what? This is bit position value 1, 2, 4, 8. This is 4 plus 2, that is 6. Okay, that is equal to 5 plus 1. Okay, that's correct.